These teens stumbled upon a fatal crash scene, then heard a baby crying from inside the wreckage. When two Illinois teens came across a serious crash site, it brought them up sharp. Nothing in the youngsters' short lives had prepared them for such an event, and they just couldn't believe their eyes. However, when they heard a baby crying, they proved courageous and kind beyond their years, and immediately leapt into action. Colin Berry, 17, and Hunter Hassenjager, 16, live in Minooka, a suburb of Chicago, but their seemingly regular existence was shattered in the summer of 2017. A little after midnight on a foggy Friday in July, the teenagers were driving home along a poorly lit rural road when their headlights picked out a horrific sight.
Also, if you have not done so already, please subscribe to our channel and click that notification bell to get inspired by these real-life stories every day. Now, back to the story.
As they made their way down Ridge Road in the direction of Interstate 80, the boys saw smoke rising from a car just off the roadway. As the pair then got closer to the scene, they realized that there had been a crash and that the car was wrecked. Yet despite the chaos visible before them, as Barry would tell local newspaper the Herald News,
"When I got about up to that hill up there, we could see smoke, so then that's when we decided to pull over. I just saw the car, the whole front of it was all totaled, the driver's side."
the teens subsequently pulled over in their Chevy Cruze, and emergency teams were yet to arrive at the accident site. So, given the situation, Hassenjager and Barry approached the wreckage to see if there was anything that they could do to help, and that was when the scale of the tragedy began to emerge. The car crash on that dark rural road running through farmland had been a bad one. Indeed, the nervous Barry and Hassenjager could easily see the force of the impact on the severely damaged vehicle, a Chrysler 300. "I just saw the car and the whole front was totaled on the driver's side," Hassenjager revealed to Chicago news channel WGN9 in July 2017. And as the pair got closer, they could see a semi-conscious female lolling out of the vehicle. The woman was unresponsive.
She was kind of hanging out of the front side of the car, and her arm was hanging out, and her other hand was reached back grabbing the baby seat.
But before they could investigate further, a terrible sound stopped the teens where they stood. It was a horrifying noise, and it was coming from inside the wreckage. When the boys peered inside the smashed-up vehicle, they could see an infant girl strapped into a car seat in the back.
We could hear the baby crying, extremely loud and screaming.
Without hesitating then, the pair worked together to rescue her. Hassenjager shone a light from his smartphone into the destroyed car, while Barry climbed over debris and broken glass to retrieve the infant. "My heart was just racing. It was just crazy," Hassenjager revealed to People magazine in July 2017.
We could see the mom in the front seat was not responsive. She was just kind of breathing heavy. We just kept telling her that the baby was okay.
Barry then emerged safely with the baby in his arms and cradled her until emergency services arrived.
I moved the mom's hand and rotated the baby and pulled it and then unstrapped it. And then I went like that, and I was leaned inside the car, so then I kind of just pulled her out like that.
Meanwhile, Hassenjager continued to console the infant's mother, suspecting that she wouldn't survive the accident.
You don't expect we walked up there and I'd never expected to see the mom like how she was, you know? It's like breathtaking.
When ambulances finally arrived on the scene, Barry and Hassenjager stepped back to let the emergency teams take over. And it was only later, when the teens had returned to their respective homes, that the full impact of what they had witnessed began to sink in. "I went home and just cried to my mom," Hassenjager revealed to People. "I have never seen anything like that in my life." Paramedics subsequently loaded the badly wounded driver into the ambulance, but sadly, she succumbed to her injuries. Later, the traumatized teens learned that the mother at the wheel had been Alexis Danley from the village of Shorewood, Illinois. Shockingly, moreover, the 27-year-old was 6 months pregnant at the time of the fatal crash. And to add to the tragedy, her unborn baby also died that night on Ridge Road. It was Danley's 1-year-old daughter, Aliana Nicole, whom Barry and Hassenjager had rescued from the car. Medics evaluated her at Presence St. Joseph Medical Center in nearby Joliet before confirming her unhurt and releasing her to Danley's family. The news of Danley's death devastated Barry and Hassenjager.
But once we got the baby, it was so calm and just had a nice little smile on her.
So he decided to visit her family and show his respects, as that way he could also check in on the baby he had helped to save. Although Hasenjaeger was a total stranger to Danley's loved ones, it was just something that he felt the need to do.
I didn't even know her name, but still, I felt a connection. I just think that I did what any person should have did, you know. That's just how I was raised.
And in the end, the experience proved to be a positive and indeed cathartic one for the teenage boy. I brought Danley's family over food and brought the baby a little teddy bear, Hasenjaeger revealed to People. That helped me cope with it. Her mom is really upset, Hasenjaeger added. They just thanked me from the bottom of their heart and said that I'm a hero. The teen would claim, however, but I just don't think that I'm a hero. I just did what anyone should have done. Meanwhile, it would emerge that a passing truck had struck Danley's car. Fortunately, though, police were able to arrest the truck driver, Jacob Kaminsky, following the incident. They subsequently charged the 23-year-old with drug possession and driving an uninsured vehicle under the influence. Cops would also claim that Kaminsky, from Marseille, Illinois, had been attempting to overtake the car in a no-pass area when the accident occurred. Then, after the fatal collision with Danley's car, Kaminsky's truck had spun and struck a Toyota Camry. Thankfully, though, the 3 people inside the Camry were unhurt. After the crash, moreover, Kaminsky was checked out at the present St. Joseph Medical Center before being taken to Kendall County Jail. At the time of writing, the state attorney is waiting for toxicology test results before preparing official charges against Kaminsky. Regardless of the outcome of the investigation, though, the experience has been an eye-opener for Barry and Hasenjaeger. Yet while Hasenjaeger's mom, Theris, is proud of the boy's actions that night, she nevertheless also hopes that the incident has taught them about the dangers of driving under the influence. "This is what can happen," she told the Herald News. "This is reality."
If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and consider sharing it with someone who may find it interesting. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.